Sorry, that song's just such a banger. You know. So, I'm going to try something new today. Since I am alone, I have been left unsupervised. That is probably not the best idea. But so since it's spoopy season, I thought, you know what? I should take a look at some of the spoopy offerings that I can handle on YouTube. On the YouTubes. And figure out what do. So I have come up with a thing, and that is to analyze at least the first few episodes of the analog horror series Greylock here for you today. And I only say the first few episodes because it's actually a really good series, and I think everybody should watch it. So all I want to do is just wet your whistle a little bit and get discussion going. Okay? That's all I want to do. I don't want to play the whole thing. I mean, eventually I might come back and analyze some more. But like I said, I want to wet your whistle. I want to get eyeballs on this because it's a good series. Content warning. This is horror. Bad things happen. And there's imagery that's could be unpleasant. So, you have been warned. I also have a scroll bar at the top of the media screen that says the exact same thing. Also, I will be stopping and restarting and analyzing and rewinding as we go. So, you're not going to get a solid just wash through. Okay? Okay? We all set with that? We understand the rules? Okay. Let's go. Let's go to my brand new media watching screen. Look at that. A party. I did it. Okay. So here, as you can see, there are so far 11 tape. What? Capture by cursor. Okay. It's not showing my cursor. Properties. Sipa. Debutta. Well, that's gonna suck. It doesn't actually capture my cursor like I want it to. Oh well. So let's start with tape number 1, back online. And yes, you're going to have to watch it in this little window here because I want all of this information here to be seen constantly so that you know where you go for the good stuff.
Primary systems online.
Okay, computer.
Meeting sequence complete. Emergency shutdown protocols disengaged. System was offline for time code 0106. Contact technician for assistance.
All right, so what I'm already seeing is this is some sort of building or lab environment that was obviously shut down for some reason, and now somebody's turning it back on, but it still appears to be abandoned. So that's weird.
Welcome to Single USA Enhanced Access Operations. Please enter your clearance credentials. Error. These credentials are not recognized. Clearance credential requirement overridden. Administrator privileges granted. Welcome back.
All right, so they've already overridden the actual parameters of being able to get in. So this person, I'm getting a feeling, doesn't belong here. Like, is not a member of, the thing. And that they've hacked their way in. Yeah, it's pretty obvious that they've hacked their way in. But the fact that they were able to do it so quickly, they know what they're doing. They're not doing it for fun. They're here for a purpose.
Unknown user ID. What would you like to do? Accessing archival storage form, GVM. Data extract.
Oh, hang on. We're going back. Back even farther. And I will settings. Playback speed. Let's go to 0.5.
Accessing archival storage form, GVM.
Contact technician immediately. Fatal error in the morgue. Offline. The morgue is offline. That's weird. That this place has a morgue on site. If that doesn't say sketch, nothing will. So we go back to the settings, put the playback speed at normal. You know what? I should also. There we go. So I did put the closed captions on for anybody that is hearing impaired. I do believe I also have closed captions on my stream, but they are just auto-generated, so.
Data extraction initiated.
Oops.
Data extraction, 10% complete.
Those are old computers, old CRT monitors.
4% complete.
Data extraction. Data extraction. 80%. Data extraction. 80% complete. That's pretty fast for a whole lot of data.
Extracted to error. No.
There are no what? There are no drives? There are no what? Oh, also we're gonna have to deal with ads because I don't have YouTube Premium.
Mark my words, there is no good that can come from the
Bollocks. Okay, hang on. My YouTuber just quit out on me. Let me fix that. I don't know why it quit out. I mean, it's been doing that recently. Just bear with me a second while I do this. Gotta connect again. Wanna connect again. Start that now. Failed to authorize. What? Connect. Share my screen. Fair play. Start now. Okay, there it is. And then I do this, and I go back, and I pull up the thing, but the thing's going to be out of thinged. Properties. So this is the program that I'm using right here to do all of my stuff. You can see. Just give her a sec, she'll come back. Give her a second. So, yeah, there it is. There I am. Okay. All right, so what we're doing here is we're driving on a road, listening to a preacher.
Read to you, dear believer, the words of the late brilliant Charles Spurgeon, who discussed this at length in a sermon all the way back in 1864. He said,
1864, sweet mercy, that's a long time ago.
Goes about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. We are
I mean, I am presenting myself here as a demon, so I feel a little called out. I promise I don't eat souls. Right now. It's been a hot minute. I'm trying to reform. It's an addiction. Let's just move on.
Taught by our Lord Jesus to pray, do not lead us into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. What we are taught to seek or shun in prayer, we should equally pursue or avoid in action. Very warily, therefore, should we endeavor to avoid temptation, seeking to walk in the path of obedience, so that we may never be guilty of tempting the devil to tempt us.
Okay, wait a second. That just sounded weird. That's just saying you should give in to some temptations, so that when the devil comes along, he's got no temptations to tempt you with. That's very different than recent, and I wonder if that is pertinent to what we're doing here.
We are not to enter the thicket in search of the lion. We may pay dear.
Well, that was a cutoff. Thank you. It just said that those feeties said thank you. That's nasty. All right, we're searching for something. What was that? What was that lens distortion? I was about to say we're definitely looking for something here in the woods. But what was that lens? That was not a normal, like, your camera's getting messed up. Also, yeah, I see this. I see it. Okay, now I know this is a tree, but for a hot second there, it looked like part of, like, a bone. Just me? Okay. There was that weird lens distortion again. So it's gotta mean something. But the fact that it went to a static this time, that's different. That is a different kind of nope rope. I would get out of there. Because this is a no. This is no. 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 Alright, and they just said a human skull. A human skull. Somebody has opened a case of nope. Let's nope that rope. So, none of the red or the bleed or the new that was here is here now. So this is making me think it's showing us something, a different time of this place. This place is different time. So we're getting temporal bleed through. Said it again? He said it again? There was that distortion again. That has to mean something because it keeps happening. I wonder if it keeps happening because of a time distortion? Or a perception distortion? Ah, they said about Greylock. And that's where we are. I said the name of the place! Lots of red. What is that? It's not here in this one, but it looks like it's missing some bark here too, like it's been ripped away. So whatever was here has been ripped out. I should probably be taking notes, but I can't be arsed to take notes. Yeah, see, it's this year. That's missing from the tree, and it looks like it was ripped out at some point. Like, there's bark missing.
We will come face to face with the devil himself, whether we...
Alright, okay, so what I want to know is why this guy is going so slow when all that weird stuff just happened. Why is he not vroom-a-looming along? Go!
Intended to or not, dear believer, we are drawn to him by our own hearts. In Matthew chapter 15, verse 19, it says, "For out of the heart come evil thoughts, murder, adultery, sexual immorality, theft, false witness, slander." There is a shadow nested deep, deep within our hearts, within our minds, in a place most people don't even know exists within themselves.
I'm going to go with part of the lower colon. Just me? Okay, that's fair.
The devil is going to call to those depths, dear believer. And though you may tremble before the beast, you should make it easy.
What's with the light clicking? Is something going to show up?
On yourself and accept what it is that he bestows upon you.
Oh, fuck me. Oh. Okay. Oh, okay, so the downside to having a VTuber avatar when doing this is you can't see when I actually jump. You can't see me go jumpy. So hold on, let me move. Right. Yeah, bring it down a little bit. There we go. So you can't see when I actually jump, but I'll tell you that thumping scared me. It made me jump. That was good because I think that was a good use of scene tension, because with the light flicking on and off, we were expecting that something was going to show up, that something was going to happen in front of us. And instead, we got an audio cue. So it subverted our expectations, and I think it made it a little more intense because it subverted it, which is brilliant, I think. Because normally in a lot of analog horror you see these days, it's all about the getting you ready for the jump scare. And yes, technically this is I think this is a form of jump scare. But it's a much underutilized form of jump scare in the sense that it makes you jump when you're scared versus something jumping out at you to scare you. So I think that was very well done. And as I'm still rambling, I'm waiting for my heart to slow down. Okay. Now he's getting the heck out of Dodge. And the sermon is distorted. Almost like something's pushing it away. devil has a plan for you. If that is not ominous, I don't know what is. Ominoso. Hobidobobidobobidobo. Cutty on. Oh, we're on to number 3 already. I'm going to let 3 start up and then I'm going to pause it and go over what we've seen in 1 and 2 so far. Okay. So far in 1 and 2, what we've seen is starting up of a restarting of a lab system, computer system, by someone who shouldn't have been able to start it up. It's a hacker or somebody breaking in. And then an investigation into some woods with bleed trails and something jumping on the car. I don't see how these are connected yet, but I imagine we'll find out if you keep going. But because they're in the series together, they have to be connected somehow. We'll get there. We'll do it. Let's go on to video 3. Breaking the law.
Protocols and orientation video system provided by Unit 13 as part of the United States Army and Project Stargate.
Okay, so I know Project Stargate was actually a real project for remote viewing. So the fact that they're bringing Project Stargate into this tells me that it's something psychic or mind-based, something to do with the gray matter in our brain cases. And the fact that we're getting this in the 3rd, I mean, technically we're still in the setup for this analog horror series, like setting up the rules of the universe and everything. So we're also now getting this governmental department, and that's telling me that something here is government sanctioned.
In partnership with Simio.USA.
Evil company introduced. Evil company. They gotta be. Introducing them this early in conjunction with the government and Project Stargate. These people are messing with our brains.
On behalf of all of us here at Unit 13, congratulations on your selection as one of our testing candidates.
We're a test candidate? We're testing something. What the fuck? What the fuck? What are we testing? I mean, we'll probably find out if I stop pausing it, but why? Why? This is making me think that some testing of some sort has gone wrong.
We have a lot of questions, and this video is designed
You're damn right I have a lot of questions.
to answer them all.
Really? Really? All of them? What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
First, let's go over some background information to provide you with the crucial context you'll need for a full understanding of what it is we're doing at Unit 13. We are sure you've heard plenty of rumors surrounding what it is that we do.
I haven't heard rumors. I've seen blood trails and car jumps and breaking into a lab. Was that lab owned by Semiodyne or part of this Unit 13? Now that's a question to answer.
But we are willing to bet that most everything you've heard is wrong. Being a highly confidential part of Project Stargate, which you've already been briefed on, Unit 13 studies a revolutionary and promising area of parapsychology, thought forms. If you're unfamiliar with what thought forms are, that's okay. You're in the majority. So, what are thought forms? Through the ages, occultists and spiritualists, Tibetan monks to theosophists, have exercised the creation of what is sometimes referred to as a tulpa, otherwise known as a thought form.
Okay, so I am a little bit familiar with the concept of a tulpa. It's essentially something that you manifest into existence with your brain. You brain it into existence. So if a thought form is also a tulpa, then it is also brained into existence, which explains why Project Stargate is involved in it. Like I said, brain stuff.
A thought form is the manifestation of a person's will, emotion, or other deeply psychologically energized state into a semi-physical form.
Deeply psychological, energized. Oh, but most people's deep psychological state is not what you would call healthy or stable. We're in for a treat.
Existing as not only an extension of the person, but as its own independent and sentient entity.
Sybiotine sounds like some Tobey Maguire sale in the SNL skit. Y'all better simmer down now. Yeah.
Thought forms are also able to be witnessed and experienced by third parties, and are not limited solely to the person who developed them. Thought forms have been formed to serve as familiars, companions, or even friends to those who conjure them. According to key literature,
They're imaginary friends that are a little less imaginary. Son of a bitch, my VTuber is going to end up being a tulpa, isn't it?
thought forms can be intentionally formed by a single person or multiple people, though they can be unintentionally formed as well. But they are always manifested through the control and focus of a person in a considerably heightened state of connectivity with their own consciousness.
I think there were tulpas in Twin Peaks. I know for a fact there was the copies of Dale Cooper. And I think they would have qualified as tulpas because they were dreamed up by the Black Lodge and the Arm. So I think you're right there. There weren't a whole lot of tulpas. Like Bob the Murderer was not a tulpa. He was just a bad spirit.
Traditional thought forms can vary widely in their level of influence in the real world. While they usually take physical formations eventually, their earliest stages are more apparitional in nature, with brief manifestations, though most often remaining as an unseen essence, much like a phantom or a ghost.
Ghosts! So when we think our house is haunted, it's actually a thought form. You know what? I'm actually going to get a pad of paper and a pencil out. Pencil, pen, something, some form of writing material, because I should write down some things here. I should write down that someone has hacked into a lab. Could it be Unit 13? Or Semiodyne? Oh wow, my handwriting is atrocious. I'm not going to be able to read this. We also have Blood in the Woods. Blood, blood guilt. There's that thing in the tree. There's a thing that jumped on the car in the woods. Tulpas, which could also manifest originally as ghosts, and they are based on creators' deep psyche. So they could be very bad.
Thought forms and ghosts are very similar in a number of ways. Individuals can make contact with them through communication devices, such as a Ouija board or through EVP sessions, while the thought form may respond through moving objects, manipulating electronics, or
Someone hacked the Gibson? Game over, man! Game over! Miss Bill Paxton.
even speaking words and short phrases. Due to their striking similarities, a current theory established by Unit 13 suggests that what we know as ghosts may not be as common as we once believed. Rather than a deceased person's energy being left behind after death, it's possible, and indeed likely, that these paranormal entities are actually thought forms that are unintentionally created by those individuals that the deceased has left behind, who spend inordinate amounts of time in deeply emotional states, where their mental
All right, so these thought forms are also tied to emotional states. Let's write that down. Thought forms tied to emotional states.
capacity is largely occupied by a powerful focus on the departed individual. In other words, as these are the ideal conditions from which thought forms are born, people may very well create their own ghosts and hauntings. However, as more time and energy is invested into the development of the thought form, they begin to harness more influence on their environment, until eventually exhibiting a semi-permanent physical appearance, and
Okay, so what I'm getting from this is that the more you dream into it, the more energy you put into it, it translates that energy essentially into matter, making the thought form itself more solid. So the more you brain into it, the more solid it becomes. It's literally mind into matter.
in due course, becoming as tangible as a living creature. This is where Unit 13's interest comes in. We've sought to answer a very important question. Can thought forms be created in a manner that would benefit American society and help keep American citizens safe?
They're going to try to turn them into weapons of mass destruction. I mean, useful thought forms would be like having them help build a building so somebody doesn't have to go into a dangerous area, or do research in a dangerous area. But no, we know what the government's going to do. They're going to make them a soldier.
Unfortunately, the practice of intentionally creating a thought form by traditional methods would undoubtedly take years and years of devout mental training. So, Project Stargate has enlisted a world-renowned authority in thought forms, a man named Dr. Bernard Hayes, to oversee a
Bernard Hayes. Gonna be guessing that's a name to remember. Tinkerbell logic, you gotta believe. Yeah, this whole thing is Tinkerbell logic.
number of the operations related to Unit 13's work. His participation has been invaluable and has brought fruitful results to the project. Due to Unit 13 and Semiodyne USA's combined efforts, bringing together some of the most prestigious minds in the world, specializing in the sciences of the human consciousness, with cutting-edge technology and engineering methods, we've created a groundbreaking, proprietary invention. Introducing the Thought Form Manifester.
These sons of bitches literally made a machine so they can literally dream up soldiers. I don't see how this could go bad at all. So unfortunately with the VTuber you couldn't see my expression, but it just went from yay to whoa. Cause that's no good. Manifestor, I hardly believe in her. Nick K. Let's see, thought for manifester. Oh, I forgot to put it. I forgot project Stargate.
The Thoughtform Manifester is able to create truly independent and self-sustaining thoughtform entities from the minds of select, willing participants. Being that they come from the deepest recesses of the human mind, thoughtforms can appear in birds.
Again, there's that deepest recesses of the human mind. A lot of human deep recesses are not stable and safe and secure and cooperative and nice and pretty. I know. I have one. That's mostly where we store, like, our traumas, no matter how minor they are. Oh. Deep recesses equal trauma. That leads me to believe that this is not going to go good.
Virtually any configuration. They can look like a person, an object, an animal, or even something as abstract as the physical representation of an emotion. That being said, it's recommended to brace yourself before touring the thoughtform chambers, as thoughtforms can also take on appearances that could be considered disturbing, like a creature one might see in a childhood nightmare.
Is now a bad time to mention that I have arachnophobia?
There's no reason to be afraid, however.
There's no reason to be afraid. I just told you I had arachnophobia.
All thoughtforms are docile by nature, and while they may look
Okay, did you hear that? Yeah, go back a little bit.
chambers, as thoughtforms can also take on appearances
Right after the spider bit.
disturbing, like a creature one might see in a childhood nightmare. There's no reason to be afraid, however. All thoughtforms are docile by nature, and
Right there. I think that is supposed to be a clue that that is a lie. Docile by nature equals lie. I think that was an audio cue from the video creators that this is a bunch of bullshit. So we'll find out.
while they may look or behave in a frightening manner, and though they are capable of making
Again, the whole I think that even that audio glitch there is to let us know something.
physical contact, they pose no threat to humans.
Again, in no threat to humans. I think they're a big threat to humans.
Once your session in the Thoughtform Manifester is completed, your Thoughtform will be securely transported directly into a containment chamber. Thoughtforms are unable to pass through the barrier around their chambers.
Alright, I think this is telling us that that is also some bullshit, that they can't keep them contained. Can't keep them contained. Yeah, I don't think that they can keep thought forms contained at all. And that's what that audio glitch was.
Will not be capable of causing you any issues. There are some very rare
Bullshit.
side effects that may result from your session. These side effects include increased tiredness, loss of balance, dizziness, insomnia, vomiting, episodes of temporary amnesia, and mild hallucinations.
Alright, so it went a little crazy again at mild hallucinations. I think it's not mild. I think they're pretty either they're very vivid hallucinations, or, you know, you're seeing your thought form again and it's all screwy.
These side effects, if present, will clear up within 72 hours of your session.
No, they won't. Again, there's that audio distortion, that visual distortion there. And I think all of those clues in this are that what they're saying at that time is bullshit.
And are simply signs of your brain recalibrating to the real world. It is recommended you refrain from driving or operating heavy machinery for 72 hours after your session, even if you experience no side effects.
That's fair.
These side effects should cause you any harm or overt stress, and former testing candidates who have experienced these side effects reported that they were very mild and merely a transient inconvenience. With all that out of the way, we are looking forward to your participation with Unit 13, and your time in the thought form manifester has been scheduled. However, there are several
We're already scheduled? Jesus Christ!
required mind exercises as a part of this video system that must be completed prior to your scheduled date in order to prime your consciousness and ensure the highest quality results. Please enter the video cassette labeled TF2, Waking Your Subconscious, now. This is the end of this tape.
The fuck? So they're really just gonna go ahead and start manifesting these things that they can't control? That they can't contain? I mean, do we really expect anything less of the government? I am the government man, here from the government. You do not have to worry. Let's get to number 4. Once that loads up, I will pause again and go over, try to connect some diddy dots. Why are you taking so long? There it is. Okay. So somebody has broken into a shutdown lab of some sort, and I'm really thinking that that is Unit 13 or Simiodine at this point. The fact that there's blood in these woods and we were getting the distortion over, oh, they don't harm humans. I don't know what that thing in the tree was. It looked like it could have been like the case for a hard drive or something. The fact that we're getting the confirmation that these things are tulpas. A question, how do you get rid of a tulpa? Because that has not been explained yet. I think the thought manifester is going to bring us the problems. The fact that these things come from our deep recesses. And most human deep recesses are not the most flowery, fun, stable place. Means we're about to get some nasty shit. The tape tried to tell us that they're docile in nature, and that there was distortion over docile, there was distortion over we can keep them contained. I don't think they can keep them docile or contained. Alright, so that's what I got so far. Let's keep going on to number 4. Hang on. Did you see this right here? That is a people just staring out. That creepy as fuck. And then, of course, the light goes out, so you can't see them. But that is creepy as fuck. Like they're looking for something out there. What's he looking for? What? Walking in the woods, walking in the woods, walk around at night, walking in the woods. Oh. This is really sketch. At least they left a little light on here in the kitchen so that when they get up for a midnight snack, they can, not like chop a finger off. What are we doing? Oh no, is that window open? Is that the window where the guy's face was? And it's open? Did he leave the window open? On purpose? Oh boy. He's both hands for what he's doing. Is he doing what I think he's doing? Yeah, he is. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and go with a content warning here. Things could get not great. Okay? Whether it be direct or implied, things could be not great. So content warning, viewer discretion is advised. Yep, and he's just going to slip that window open. So that was fairly loud. Why? I don't understand why somebody wouldn't. Door at the top of the stairs. That's not good. And then just calmly walking away after like it was fucking nothing. What the fuck? This is fucking fucked. And zooming in on a full moon. I wonder if the full moon has anything to do with it. Moon? Question mark? Write that down in my notes. Which by nobody will be able to read, not even me, by the way we're done. I really should have typed them on my tablet. How is the moon involved? Is it because the moon is made of cheese and they're lactose intolerant and that's why they're doing this? Going after the lactose tolerant. Yeah, I know, it's really an out there theory, but it's all I got right now, man.
I'd like to thank my producer, my writers, my director, my friends, and you, the ordinary people who made me what I am today.
Max Headroom premieres after moonlighting tomorrow.
There's another reference to the moon. Which, by the way, Moonlighting was a pretty awesome show. I'm old enough to remember it. Just barely, though. Just barely.
Love me.
We interrupt our current program at the request of the Massachusetts State Police.
Okay.
This is the emergency broadcast system. This is not a test. All normal broadcasting has been discontinued during the emergency. This station will broadcast official information, news, and instruction for northern Berkshire County, Massachusetts after...
All right, so that's where we're at. We're in Berkshire County. In Mass. They're all massholes.
After the following tone.
At 3:34 a.m., Massachusetts State Police confirmed the presence of a potential group of active and unidentified home invaders who have targeted 49 residences since approximately 11:15 p.m.
49?
The attacks appear to be random, spanning across the towns of North Adams, Cheshire, Savoy, and Windsor. Residents are urged to take the following actions immediately. Wake all occupants of your home. Lock all doors and windows. Close all curtains and blinds. Gather in a secure area of your home where multiple exits are available to prevent yourself from being cornered. Additionally, residents are urged to arm themselves with a blunt object or firearm if available and licensed. Only resort to self-protection if a suspect has entered your home, poses an active threat to you or your family, and you are unable to escape safely. If you are currently away from home, we are urging you not to return home at this time. Shelter in place where you are. If you are currently not in a secure area or in a vehicle, immediately head to your closest 7-Mart.
Could you imagine just it being the middle of the night and then seeing this come up and it's like 49 residences have been invaded and you're just like, I live at a residence in one of those aforementioned towns, which I imagine are all around Mount Greylock. I would lose my shit. Like, I'd probably start going into a panic. I'd get myself into like a safe room or something, or what I could do as a safe room, but that's fucked up. That is fucked up. That there's... And now, are they saying, is it multiple? Like, is it like a bunch of different things doing it? And is it the thought forms doing this? Oh, I should write that down. Oops. And stuff with it. Thought form invasion. Is it the thought? Is it multiple thought forms, or is it just one thought form? Because we've seen one dude break it in, and was that dude a thought form, or was that just a dude? Also, since these thought forms come from the deep recesses of our mind, and that's where we tend to stuff all the bad things, is this being done on purpose to put more bad things in recesses? So let's do bad thing creator. Are they doing it specifically so that more people have bad things in the recesses to make more tulpas, more thought forms, to be able to do more things with?
Each 7-Mart location is currently being used as a safe area and as police stationed for your protection. Remain in your secure area until the threat has been resolved. Police are currently unable to determine a physical description of any of the assailants involved in these attacks.
Alright, so even they're saying it's multiple assailants.
It is strongly advised you do not open your home to anyone you do not intimately recognize. Do not attempt to search for or engage with any suspects. The suspects are considered armed and extremely dangerous. Do not leave your secure area unless necessary. This is for your safety. Law enforcement will be armed and patrolling your area. Interfering with this investigation could result in lethal force being inadvertently...
What are you doing? Motherfucker, did you literally, after being told not to, just open up a fucking window to stick your fucking head out I am... Stupid! Alright, so now you're hearing screams and you're not pulling your head in and shutting your fucking window. Something bad's gonna happen to you, and I almost feel like it's kind of deserved at this point just for the Darwin Award. Oh, Jesus. I had my hand hovering over the space bar to be able to pause on command. It scared me into pausing the thing. Okay. Oh, that's just silly. Oh my goodness. So this guy stuck his head out after it said, "Get yourself to safety." And the second he tries to go back and do what he's told, something's like, "Yeah, nah, bro. Yeah, nah. You're not doing that. We're gonna do this." And it's weird to see, it's a gloved hand now. Did somebody dream up a thought form with a gloved hand? Or is that an actual human being? Uh-huh. Holy monkey. Okay, holy monkey. Let's go back to 0.5 play speed. Go back to there. I get jump scared again in slow motion this time. And I just want to say, before we continue from here, this framing of the hand just coming in off screen and like touching the middle but not really being the center, that's the scary part, because you're kind of expecting from movies and stuff that things are always going to be in the center, and the fact that it comes from the side, almost like a peripheral view, is what makes it like super scary. And my avatar is freezing up. Don't you dare, you bitch. We have one episode to go. This looks like a building of some sort in here. That's a spoopy face. What was that? I mean, I'm pretty sure that was just a compilation of spoopy things to look at, but how are they related, those faces? How are the faces related? Oh, I should put the playback back. Turn on your captions. Playback speed at normal. Okay, so this is going to be the last one we get. Not here, not now, not anymore. Excuse me.
Well, hello again, Tiffany.
Oh, hi, Wanda. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, too. No dad this time?
No, unfortunately, he couldn't.
Alright, so there's two women in some kind of situation here. It sounds friendly, though, so they want to be here.
Get off work today. So I'm going to have to call him on a payphone to let him know all the details as soon as...
Payphones! Jesus Christ, when's the last time you saw one of those?
He's excited to be a dad, huh?
Oh, yes.
Alright, so this is a prenatal appointment of some kind.
certainly is. We both can't wait to be parents.
Aw, and you said you've been together since high school, right?
Yep.
That's so sweet. And have you decided on a name for your baby boy yet?
Yep. We're going with Max.
Ooh, Max, huh? That's a nice, strong name.
That's why my fiance wanted it so bad. He says it'll help make him strong right off the bat.
That's a pretty good way of thinking about it. So let's see how strong little Max is so you can hurry up and make that call.
Yes, please. He's been moving around like crazy the past couple weeks.
I've not held a child in my womb, but I've been told that sometimes, boy, do they get going. Like your spleen becomes a punching bag. Your bladder becomes a stepping stone.
So I think he's really strong. Strong enough to kick so hard I almost throw up sometimes, too.
Ew.
Wow, boy. Activity is good.
Yep.
Okay, hopefully this isn't too cold.
No, it's okay.
Ultrasound.
There he is. He's definitely a growing boy, that's for sure. And you're both looking really good.
Oh, I love hearing that.
Let's get some measurements to see exactly how much he's grown.
All right, we're getting distortion. Something's up. The fuck? Hang on. All right, so there was a news article there and a face. So we're going to do this one more time. We're going to slow it down even farther. 0.25. Go back. See if I can catch it. Still too quick for me. I'm gonna get it. I swear to God, I'm gonna get it. It was on screen for a split fucking second. But it looked like a woman. There. So what else do we got in here? Alright, so this kind of face thing, I don't know if you caught it at the end of the last video. It was in with those spooky images. And it's coming right up as there's no baby. Right as there's absolutely no baby.
What was that?
I don't know. I've never seen that before. Maybe something to do with the power.
Oh. Okay.
This is a bit strange.
What? What's strange?
Nothing to worry about or anything. Just having some trouble finding the baby all of a sudden.
Maybe the machine messed up?
Possibly. But I can still see everything else. It's just not picking up the baby for some reason.
Has this ever happened before?
Well, sometimes babies can move into certain positions that are hard to see.
But you can't see my baby at all?
I'm looking. Don't worry, he's definitely here.
She doesn't sound confident that he's definitely there.
You know what? Why don't we just see if we can borrow another machine, okay? There has to be something wrong with this one. I'll be right back.
What are you talking about?
No.
This can't be happening. The baby doesn't know why? That makes no sense. I know.
Is it happening? No. What happened?
Can call the volunteers right now.
Tiffany Grisaldi, school teacher. This is really distorted. Passed unexpectedly, so she died after her baby was vominosed from her womb. Just, can you imagine being a parent and not even a miscarriage? Because then you know something was wrong. It just, all of a sudden, it's just not there. No sign where it went or what happened. It's just not there. That is messed up. That is some deep psychological horror. And it's saying she passed unexpectedly. I'm going to go with there was probably a little something going on in her psyche, and she was just not having any of it. Although, if they wanted a baby so badly, I wonder if the baby was a thought form. Because the mask guy who showed up during all the thought form attacks showed up during this. So, I wonder if the baby was a thought form. The baby was a thought form. We're going to write that down. Baby was a thought form. That would be totally messed up if they thought formed a baby into existence. That'd be weird. And now her picture's distorting. That's messed up. That's... Oh, shit. Stop. Oh, that is also the wrong... There we go. That is really messed up. The baby going, nope, nope. So it's looking like as these experiments by Unit 13 and by Project Stargate at Semiodyne are expanding, are happening on around Mount Greylock, basically. That it's having effects out in the rest of the area. So far, there have been the attacks, a baby disappearing, hacking into a system, and that's only 5 episodes in. You see why I think this is a good series, and why more eyeballs need to be on it. It needs more subscribers, because it is just run by a couple of people. And so they have to put their own money into it. So, pardon me. I don't know why I got the yawns today. But, let's see. So for theories, what do I have going? I think I'm going to go with that Tiffany's baby was a thought form. And that other thing with the mask is a thought form as well, and it collected the baby for its own nefarious purposes. So that's pretty intense. But I'm not going to watch anymore on stream yet. I'm going to let Greylock. I'm going to try to stay at least 5 episodes behind at all time. They're at 11 videos now. So if I come back to this, it won't be until they're at 15. But I may not come back for a long time till there's a lot more, because like I said, I want people to watch this. It's a good series, and it needs more eyeballs. But yeah, I think Tiffany Grisaldi, her baby Max, is a thought form. And her husband brought it into existence, and the face thing took it. Now, as far as before or after the attacks, I don't know if that's where that places in the timeline. And I think all those attacks were done by thought forms. And I think that they were done to put more trauma into people's deep recesses, so that when they do get more of these thought forms, these manifestations, that they are more horrible and able to be used more like a soldier or a weapon, and they're not all sunshine and rainbows. So I think that was done